Welcome to the Home Services Home Show, episode number 46,
Yeah, baby.
where you learn everything you need to.
And a whole lot you don't. Do you ever think we'd have 46 episodes when we started this little
No, it
fiasco
seems like
couple?
446. No, this has started as like a fun little thing, and
Yeah.
then
It's kind of taken off. We got
yeah,
people, we got lovers, we got haters,
yeah,
we got people ask questions, we got
yeah.
people send pictures.
Kind of got a hater from the last one.
Yeah, that
It
just,
wasn't really a
you
hater.
know,
I actually appreciate the question. So it wasn't a question; it was a comment.
we were talking about insulation.
We were talking about insulation, the ultimate roofing solution, and so we got a question, not a question. This is not a question. This is a comment
Comment.
or a statement. This is from Jason Joel, and he said this episode was not helpful at all. No data, no measurements, no performance metrics, metric results, not IAQ results, no product recommendations. Take this down and redo it. Well, Jason, we're not going to redo it, but
It brings up a really good point in the industry, though.
but it does, and I totally get it. And actually, I saw it. I wasn't even mad because
I appreciate
you're right. There aren't any metrics in here. There is no data. There are no product recommendations. But there's a reason for that because it doesn't relate to 99.9% of the homeowners. We have our own BPI certified auditor on staff. We can talk numbers. We can talk CFM. We can talk all of that stuff. But if I tell a homeowner, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, if we do an ultimate attic solution, we can take your house CFM from 1900 down to 900. They're going to go, cool.
Yeah. Nobody,
What does that even mean?
nobody buys those numbers,
No.
right? Why do people call us for insulation? Their house is drafty, their house is cold, cold floors, hot houses. Like, people feel uncomfortable in their houses.
Yeah, that's what we sell. We sell comfortability. And in some cases, on certain houses, we give them living space back at certain times of the year. And just a result of that is that their AC runs less, their heat runs less, which
Right.
saves them money.
Yeah, and there's some programs out there, now with folks on energy and some of the other federal programs going on that need to have
Need those numbers.
they need the numbers, but that's really for more of a data collection. Like that's for focus and for the
Well, they're giving money away,
Right.
right? So they're giving tax dollars away. So there has to be some measurement for that.
yeah, correct.
We can't just say, well, we're going to do this and
No.
give them $1,000. No. They have to improve their home because the reason for that, like if we take Focus on Energy from Wisconsin, okay, it's not a government agency, but it's a pseudo government
right.
agency. It's very regulated, and they get their money from the power companies.
Right.
So the power companies say, hey, we're going to give out we want you to give out $10 million this year in rebates for people doing energy
Upgrades.
savings, energy upgrades, right, to their home. Because what that does is to give those out, that's going to keep them from having to build more power plants. And so it helps them. They're giving some money out, which helps them, people use less energy. So that makes sense. And they have to have numbers for that. We can't just say we're going to do something. If it doesn't save any energy, well, that is not any good.
Yeah, so when Brandon does his test and does his pre-audit and his post-audit, puts him in the Snug Pro and does all the stuff that he needs to do, like that's those numbers. Those numbers are important for him,
Mhm.
but for most homeowners, they don't really care about the numbers.
Right.
They just want, hey, I gave you a bunch of money,
I'll tell you what number they care about.
the price,
The price.
price, and
That's the only number
and
they
how,
care
how
about.
much happier is their wife or their spouse going to be in the house when the work is done?
Mhm.
And we've changed people's lives. We've changed how people live in their houses.
You take a Cape Cod.
Oh Jesus! This last
Kids
couple
can't
weeks,
I've been to so many Cape Cods where in the summer, that's where the kids' bedrooms were. Listen, Cape Cods, if you have one, like there was never meant to be bedrooms in the upstairs.
Mm-mm.
They just had a steep pitch roof. But it was so steep, like we could finish the
we'll
upstairs.
frame some walls in and make
We'll
a
frame
room.
some walls and we'll make some rooms and put the kids up there. Well, yeah. Well, then in the summer, when you're trying to get it to at least 70 or 72 to sleep and it's 90 degrees up there, you can't get any cooler because they're not insulated right. They're not ventilated right. They're just done wrong. Kids are now sleeping on the parents' bedroom floor in the summer. Well, that's not very conducive.
That's not conducive for some things.
Not a lot of things, right? So if you've got that happening, and now we can come and fix it, and you can actually climate control that area. and your kids can stay up there, who
Everybody
cares about how much money you're saving?
everybody wins.
It doesn't even matter how much money you save at this point.
Right.
Oh,
Well,
wow, did we get off topic real quick,
and
Ian?
actually, you said something that's important because people ask, "What's my return on this?"
I can tell you.
You know,
Okay.
Larson's in the ditch.
I went so far in the ditch. Sorry.
All right, back to the highway, Lars.
Whoever thought insulation could, like, help your marriage?
Correct. We're marriage counselors. What's our next job?
Yeah. What do you got going? Kids sleep. You need you need an
You need
ultimate
us.
attic solution. What's that going to do? Let me tell you.
Yeah, so people ask me like, how much money am I going to save every year on this? Well,
Well,
the
that's-
problem is it's such a hard thing to quantify, right? What's fuel prices? How do you use it? Like how I use my house and how my grandma uses her house are two different things.
Yeah. What do
Like,
you? Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I like my house set in the upper 50s, the low 60s in the wintertime for nighttime temperatures. My grandma, she likes it at 75.
Right.
So
Too many different factors.
so there's too many factors. So people say, well, will you guarantee I save this much money, or what's my return on my investment? It's such a hard thing to do.
I mean, look, but when we are going through Focus, and we are going through some of the other government programs, you have to have a measurement of their like last 12 months of their energy bills. So we have a baseline.
Right.
So it is somewhat, you can calculate it somewhat,
Right.
but you can't calculate, do energy costs change?
Go up and down.
Do they go up or down? Does propane go up or down? Does natural gas go up or down? I talked to somebody who had a solar company, and they said one of the hardest things to do was tell people like, "Hey, we're going to put these on. They, at peak, they should generate this much, this many kilowatt hours. You're using this many kilowatt hours, so you should save this much." Well, here's the problem, he said, is that once you put them on, people change their thinking.
And
Well,
their,
my house,
and their habits.
their habits. My house is generating its own power, so I can be more free with the light switches, with the TV, like with all of those things.
AC can go a little couple notches lower.
Yeah. So now instead of keeping it the same and just saving, now you're actually using more energy. And he said we've had people call and they're so mad, like my energy bills barely changed. Well, then they come and look like, well, yeah, well, you're using a lot more energy now.
Right.
So if we didn't have the solar, you'd be spending a lot more. So there's so many variables.
Yeah. So when it comes to those numbers, we'll have the conversation, in the house with you. Like, what do if this is a money saving opportunity, you're probably looking at the wrong way. If you want comfortability, we can help you, right? Because there's just no way to make a promise that we can save you all this money. There's no way to guarantee that,
Right.
Because there's so many variables.
It also depends on, well, I mean, I guess if we're doing a blower door and we're measuring CFM, like, yes, we'll somewhat know, right? How much less air
Yeah,
exchange
yeah.
is gonna
My
happen.
CFM 50 number. What is it? It went from here to here. We can quantify that.
We can quantify that. But that's a hard. Obviously, you get your engineers, you get your architects, you get your scientific people. They're interested in stuff like that, and our people have enough knowledge to have those conversations.
And Brandon, that's his specialty. Like that's him and Doug. Like
What
that's
you
what they
got to
do.
know.
That's
That's
what
what
they
you
do.
got to know, right?
Right.
You got to know those numbers in order to make sure people qualify. Last thing we want to do is tell people, "Hey, you're going to qualify for this program. You're going to get $1,500 back," and then we do the work, and then they don't qualify.
Right.
That's bad.
That's a problem.
Now, whose pocket is that coming out of?
Right.
Typically ours.
Right.
We screwed up. So I also said no product recommendations. Well, I mean, we talk products for a minute.
Yeah,
I mean,
we can, but when we talk about the ultimate attic solution is something that's kind of unique to us and how we do it. And why
well,
we
it
do
is. I was just going to say what kind of insulation we used.
Hey, you go,
I mean, well, there's only a few different kinds, right? You've got fiberglass insulation that goes in an attic. You've got, what's the other one that's like fiberglass but not itchy?
Insul safe.
Insulsafe. It's the really white, fluffy stuff. And then you've got cellulose, which is it's basically ground up newspaper
Treated with borate, and
treated with borate chemical so it won't burn.
insects don't like it.
Insects do not like it. Yeah, they either go away forever or take a forever nap.
Right. Depending if you're talking in Madison or if you're talking in Appleton, story might be a little different.
It's animals don't like it and it won't burn. Like you can literally take a pile of it in your hand and put a torch on it. It will not burn.
Right.
We choose to use cellulose. It has a better R value. And when it compacts down, so after we blow it in, it's real light, it's real fluffy, and over time it starts to settle. It actually has an air sealing quality to it,
Right.
whereas Insulsafe and fiberglass do not.
Yep.
You also need more inches of Insulsafe and cellulose to get the same
R
R value as you do with cellulose. So I mean that's what we
Yeah,
use.
and our
when it
air
comes to
sealing. I
insulation.
mean, we are absolute nut jobs to make sure when we air seal, you get one chance to do it right.
Mhm.
and that's after the attic's been sucked out and it's clean. You have a clean attic. You get one chance to make that air sealing done right,
Mhm.
and that's something that we look at all our crews. Doesn't matter if it's at Larson or Keeney or Larson, Keeney, and Milwaukee. Those guys are trained to make sure that that air sealing is as good as can humanly be
Right.
done in the
And
house.
that's why we have to remove. And if you haven't seen this one before, but my analogy was what with air sealing?
Not sure.
And trying to pick up dog poop
Oh yeah,
in the snow.
yeah, that's a great call.
Hey,
Yeah, 12
you
inches
get
snow.
some.
Yeah, you're not gonna get all
You're
of
gonna
it.
miss some,
You
right?
gotta
You're not gonna get all of it. So when you're trying to air seal penetrations in an attic that's filled with insulation,
hold on. Ian, are you gonna put a picture of a dog pooping in a snowbank so Elisha can have his?
please do.
That's gonna be
But I
awesome.
mean, it is really a good analogy. It's amazing how these things just pop into my head. But that's what it's like. Finding penetrations in an attic full of insulation it's darn near impossible. We're gonna get some of them. We might even get most of them, but we're not gonna get all of them. And what we know is that it's almost worse if we get all of them but two,
Right.
because it exacerbates the stack effect in those areas. And if those areas are maybe towards the edge of your roof where it's closer to the cold
Rooftop.
roof deck, like you're going to get condensation. You are going to get mold. How do I know? Because we've done it.
Right.
We've made the mistakes.
That's why when you look at the ultimate attic solution, there's only one way we're gonna do that attic. And that's the right way.
That's why we came up with
Yeah, and that's really that the ultimate attic solutions changed how customers get attics done
it.
right.
Yep. So
So I mean, it's fun, it's unique, I mean, could somebody do it like we do? They
yeah,
could. They could get all products, but again, a lot of contractors don't know the science. They don't wanna it's expensive to do it the right way, and if you're trying to sell stuff on a budget, on a low price, you can't do it like we do it.
no,
And when we see how we change
hard to
people's
sell on a
lives,
budget. Ain't
when we change people's lives and how they live, it's so rewarding.
working.
Like, we kinda, like, took a little break from insulation a little bit, like, we don't really think about insulation in September, October, um, but winter's coming, and that's such a fun time of year to do insulation.
It is, even though we've said it time and time again that insulation is actually more important in
It's
the
summertime.
summer.
Yep.
Air sealing is more important in the winter. That's why the ultimate attic solution is the best way to do it. And I'm sorry, Jason, we're not going to go into all the details on the products and numbers because honestly, the way that we do the attic, just know this: there is no better way to do an attic. There is no better way to air seal and insulate an attic and take care of the critical details than the ultimate attic solution. And that's just one thing we just can't give
Yeah,
away
we just got
completely on here. It's sorry. Um, and we can talk numbers when we come to people's houses when that conversation
if
is
that's what
needed
they
to be
wanna
had.
do. Yep.
If that's what they want to have. If they want to know about air exchange and CFM, what are some other numbers? If they want to know about dew points and different things like that, we talk about that stuff. But we want to talk about it.
Yeah, homeowners typically call us for, "My floors are cold, my house is drafty, my house is too hot." Like,
Mhm.
that's the reality of
I
it. My
op-
di
I,
my dishes are cold.
yeah,
I love little
love that
Mrs.
one.
love Grandma
No one would ever
Jones.
think of that. You open up your cupboards and your dishes are freezing.
Right.
How? Well, we know how.
We know how, we know why.
We know why. We can fix it.
I'll never forget that we had one lady, she was such a sweet old lady.
Somebody keep
She wanted
food in
to
there.
she fixed her whole attic because her dishes were cold.
Yeah,
I'm like, "Well,
but
we
not just cold, like
freezing
outside
cold."
temperature
Yeah,
cold.
freezing cold. Yeah,
Right? You like open the cabinet and it's like opening a refrigerator
yes,
because it is a direct connect to the attic.
for sure.
This is in a one-story home, and um, yeah, this is something we fix all the time.
All time.
It's something that's done wrong.
Insulation and how we do the ultimate attic solution is it's become very passionate for both of us. Like it's it's one of roofing is cool. It's sexy. You change people they look in their house. Gutters are cool. You keep people safe off the ladder. They don't fall and die. That's cool. But man, when you change how they live in their house, I said it over and over. That is such a rewarding job we do.
Mhm.
So
I mean, they can't. The thing is like in the way we do it, it's expensive.
right,
Like this is not cheap. I mean, when you talk spray foam, man,
right,
that stuff is expensive.
mhm,
But to have people be so happy about something that we did that they literally cannot see,
right.
it's actually kind
They
of
can't touch it. They can't see it.
they could stick their head up in the attic. I mean, and then we do some where we do like pull down ladders, and then we'll do
Walk up attics. Yeah.
yeah, walk up attic or a storage space like right around the attic hatch. So I mean, if that's something that you're thinking about, that would be nice to have. We can finish the attic off. We can do an ultimate attic solution, and we can put a storage deck around your hatch, so you can step up there and have your stuff immediate to grab. But those are the only times that it gets seen. Otherwise, it never gets seen. It is done. It is done right, and it is sealed off.
And they're
And
so
you just
happy.
forget about it, and they're so happy, and their house feels different. My house is quieter.
Mhm.
My house is more comfortable. It was worth every penny.
Yep, absolutely.
So
Cool.
again, check us out: Facebook, Instagram. I don't know, all the social stuff, right? Ian, like
Twitter
literally everything.
Twittering it up.
Yeah, are we on Twitter? X,
X. Yeah.
X, Larson's Keeney Home Services.
Check
Check us out. Again, send questions, pictures, and if we use your question and picture for a show, we'll send you a little Wisconsin love in the form of a quick trip gift card. So until next time.
See you guys. Thanks
Yeah.
for watching.